my spouse announced. I'm purchasing a $15,000 handbag. It's funds from our shared savings. I replied, go right ahead. Then I established an individual bank account and rerouted my salary deposit. The overdraft alert for the lease she received shifted her perspective on pooling resources. Initial entry, 38-year-old guy, wedded to Jennifer, 35, for half a decade plus one. We each hold solid positions. I'm handling supply chain oversight. She's in drug promotion. Total earnings around $165,000 yearly. Not wealthy, yet stable in our compact two-room flat. For ages, we'd pooled both incomes into a single deposit box. It functioned smoothly. Obligations cleared, we tucked away a bit, enjoyed simple getaways. Until Jennifer got hooked on upscale totes. It began modestly, a $500 Coach accessory sporadically, an $800 Michael Kors occasionally. I wasn't thrilled, but fine, she earns her keep too. Then she stumbled upon this social media guru touting self-enhancement via premium goods that supposedly retain worth. 3 weeks back, on a weekend dawn, as I prepared morning fare, Jennifer entered clutching her device. Honey, I've located it, the ultimate one. The ultimate what? The Hermes Birkin tote I've been envisioning. Available via resale, flawless state, merely $15,000. I nearly sputtered on my brew. $15,000 for a satchel? It's a worthwhile asset. Such items gain worth over time. Jen, that's equivalent to 4 rental cycles. That's beyond our full safety net. It's our funds equally. I add to our common pool. Sure, you add 40% since your earnings are lower, and it's collective for collective needs. I'm weary of seeking approval for purchases I desire. My colleague Brittany boasts 3 high-end carriers. Brittany's partner runs a building firm. She fixed me with this icy, resolute gaze. I'm acquiring it. It's my portion from our pool. I merit luxuries. I placed my mug down steadily. Me. You're spot on, Jennifer. Truly? Me. Completely. Your funds, your decision. She let out a delighted shriek, pecked me, and began messaging her style advisor. Yep, she employs one nowadays. Follow-up 1, 7 days on. That identical weekend midday, as Jennifer attended her accessory session, I visited the financial institution, initiated my private deposit space. A pleasant advisor called Doris assisted in configuring it all. Early Monday, I contacted personnel department. Shifted my salary routing to the fresh space, active right away. I also crunched figures. Jennifer inputs roughly $2,600 each month to what was our unified pool. I input $4,100, our steady outflows. Lease at $3,200, power and web at $350. Vehicle installments, dual autos, $750. Coverage at $400, provisions and sundries $600. Aggregate near $5,300 per month. Her $2,600 barely handles lease and basics. Midweek, she arrived bearing the item. $15,000 worth of hide and prestige prop, striking poses throughout the space, session for her online profile. Doesn't it appear fabulous? Me. Breathtaking. Brittany's green with envy. She possesses merely a Kelly, not a Birkin. Must sting terribly for her. She overlooked my irony entirely. Thursday brought a notice from our institution. Low funds warning, balance under $500. The accessory outlay plus routine deductions had emptied it. Jennifer remained oblivious. Too absorbed scouting footwear to pair with her trophy. Friday marked salary day. Her $1,300 every other week landed in the pool. Mine, secure in my solo vault. Follow-up 2. Lease deadline on the opening of the month, as per custom. We'd programmed auto draw from the unified pool. Monday, November 1st, 2:47 p.m., my phone rang at the office. Jennifer, in full panic. Jennifer, the property manager's team phoned. Our lease payment failed. What on earth occurred? Odd glitch perhaps. They demand settlement today or initiate removal steps. Plus a $200 penalty for the failed draw. Sounds urgent for you to resolve. What do you imply? I imply you resolve it. W. Well, it's your funds from our pool, correct? As you stated. Extended quiet. Where's your salary deposit? In my vault. Which vault? My individual one. Since you clarified the shared pool is yours, I deduced I required my separate. You can't pull that. We share obligations, which you can settle with your pool funds. I lack $3,400. I just secured an asset item. I see. Perhaps liquidate it. She disconnected. Returned home that dusk to Jennifer slumped on the sofa, weeping. The Birkin positioned beside her like a $15,000 conscience companion. How could you pull this? Me. Pull what? Honor your monetary independence. You're undermining us. No. I'm overseeing my assets. You oversee yours. But we're wedded. Your assets are mine. Amusing how that flows solely one way. She dialed her mother, Evelyn, on loudspeaker, as theatrics demand witnesses. He's exerting monetary dominance over you, dear. Hello, Evelyn. She dropped 15 grand on a satchel. It's an asset. Neat. She can allocate to lease as well. Mom, could you advance me? I'm on limited means, darling, you realize. Jennifer's expression was invaluable. That evening, she shifted $3,400 from her reserve stash, her hidden personal reserve she assumed I ignored, to settle the lease. Left with about $600 thereafter. Follow-up 3, 14 days on. Jennifer attempted every tactic to sway me. Initially, the sobs, routine weeping over my harshness, penalizing her for craving upscale items. Next, the remorse ploys. I believed we were teammates. You're meant to provide for me. This isn't the commitment I made. Then the warnings. I'll broadcast your dominating finances over me. My father will confront you. Her father's 68, with a faulty joint. I remained composed, deposited precisely my ratio of outflows into a fresh shared pool I'd arranged. 38% of my earnings, aligning with her input ratio. Equity rules. But here's the twist that intrigued. Her associate Brittany, the one with 3 upscale carriers, extended an invite for a brief escape to Vineyard Region. Upscale lodge, wellness sessions, the full package. Jennifer, I require $2,000 for the excursion. These outings cost dearly. The group's attending. I'll appear destitute if absent. Perhaps skip it? You fail to grasp. These are vital professional links. Link remotely. It's costless. She escalated wildly, yelling about my career sabotage and social erosion. Me. Jen, you opted to expend 4 lease terms on a carrier. These are the outcomes. Jennifer, I'll offload it. Me. Excellent. Issue resolved. But I can't. It's already shed value. The resale outlet offers solely $11,000. So your asset declined 27% in 14 days? She hurled a mug at the partition. Whiffed me, struck her Birkin. The wail upon spotting the brew mark, raw torment. Follow-up 4, the assembly. 3 weeks under the novel monetary setup, Jennifer assembled what I term a reckoning. Returned Friday twilight to discover her sibling Naomi, her mother Evelyn, and her closest pal Abigail assembled in our lounge like a fiscal jury. Evelyn, Nathan, we must address your actions. My actions? You're imposing economic oversight by retaining your own salary? Abigail, you're to bolster your partner. I allocate my portion of outflows. Evelyn, union implies pooling all. Inform that to Jennifer's concealed reserve vault. Jennifer flushed crimson. How did you? Me. Institution records arrive here, Jen? For your private safety reserve holding 8 grand? That's distinct. Ladies require safeguards. And gentlemen don't. You earn more. Hence I now cover 62% of outflows, scaled to earnings. Quite forward-thinking. Abigail. She had to seek funds from me for provisions. Me. Perhaps offload the satchel. The quartet inhaled sharply as if I'd proposed parting with an organ. You don't part with a Birkin. They're unattainable. Evelyn. It's a legacy item. Me. It's a carrier she can't susta. Abigail rose theatrically. If you won't back your partner, perhaps she seeks one who will. Is that an ultimatum? Perhaps it is. I retrieved my device, launched property listings. Fine, compact units nearby begin at $1,800. Will you endorse for her, Abigail? Quiet. Me. Evelyn. Naomi. Anyone care to endorse a rental for Jennifer and her Birkin? Further quiet. The assembly dispersed swiftly post that. Follow-up 5, the extreme measure. Previous week, Jennifer activated the ultimate. Returned Tuesday dusk to learn she'd relocated to the spare chamber and installed a barrier. I'm not co-sleeping with a monetary oppressor. That's your call? Simply fine. Embrace your selection, like the satchel. Wednesday, she launched her online offensive. Profile tales on enduring monetary oppression and harmful gender dynamics in union. Shared images of consuming instant noodles, generic label, with tags like, "This is the fallout when your spouse grips all funds." Her circle devoured it. Remarks surged. "Persevere, Empress. He merits none of you." That's oppression, confidant. Thursday, a ring from her father, Frederick. "Son, what's this regarding you depriving my girl?" Frederick, "She allocated $15,000 to a satchel." Evelyn noted that. "Seems excessive. It's 4 lease terms." "Good Lord, for terms." "Indeed. And she's furious you won't fund her outflows." "Affirmative. That last was always lax with funds. Her mother's identical. Which explains my solo vault from 98. We shared a solid exchange thereafter." Frederick's navigated Evelyn's expenditures for 4 decades. Friday, Jennifer engaged counsel, or attempted. Returned brandishing a contact slip. Jennifer, Diane Hargrove, legal expert. She focuses on monetary oppression matters. Intriguing. What's the initial fee? She requires $2,500 up front. And I lack it. Selena, I'm not parting with the satchel. She genuinely stomped like a child. Follow-up 6, truth descends. This week it all tumbled for Jennifer. Monday, her auto installment failed. She'd overlooked shifting reserves from her stash. $35 penalty plus $50 delay charge. Her reserves now under $400. Tuesday, her charge plate rejected at the coffee spot. Before Brittany, the embarrassment was evidently shattering. Jennifer, I appeared impoverished. Me, you are impoverished. You exhausted your funds on a carrier. Wednesday, the peak nadir unfolded. Her firm declared staff reductions in promotion sector. No terminations yet, but reorganization. Incentive framework /30%. Jennifer's earnings poised to fall from $65K to perhaps $45. She unraveled fully. Sobbing, gasping, complete. Jennifer, what will become of me? I can't subsist on $45K. Countless do. But I maintain a standard. You maintain a satchel. This lacks humor. Me? No, it doesn't. It's the result of favoring prestige props over monetary stability. Thursday, she at last attempted resale of the Birkin. Visited 3 resale venues. Top bid, $10,500. The asset had forfeited 30% worth in 30 days. It's due to the broom mark, stemming from your mug toss, from your intransigence. The logic loops are remarkable. She retained it. Still unable to release. Friday dawn, a message from our property overseer. Rental extension period. Lease rising $200. Now $3,400 monthly. Displayed the message to Jennifer. My portion at 62% is $2,108. Your 38% is $1,292. Jennifer, I can't sustain that. Then we seek affordable quarters. But this is our space, which we can't retain if you persist in acquiring carriers equaling 4 lease terms. She shattered at last. Not furious sobs or ploy tears. Genuine weary sobs. Jennifer, I botched it severely. Indeed. The carrier was idiotic. Utterly idiotic. What now? Offload the carrier. Master allocation. Cease emulating folks earning thrice hours. Can we revert to pooling? No. Closing follow-up, closure. 2 months post the satchel saga's start. Here's our landing. Jennifer off. Offloaded the Birkin. Secured $10,500. That $4,500 deficit in 60 days schooled her on assets beyond any online sage. We're parted. Not formally, merely operationally. Cohabiting in the flat till the contract concludes in 90 days. Yet as flatmates. She allocates 38% of outflows, I 62%. Balanced division per earnings. She's in counseling presently. Evidently harbors a purchase compulsion and profound unease over her position. Who'd guess dropping 15 grand on a carrier signals concerns? The online figures she trailed? Revealed as insolvency bound. Entire persona fabricated, propped by charge debt and follower cons. Jennifer severed ties. Brittany, the associate with 3 upscale carriers? Her partner sought dissolution. He was unaware of the carriers or the $80K concealed charge burdens. Jennifer's hushed on that now. Jennifer's juggling dual roles. Added gig crafting online presence for minor ventures. Paradoxically, she's adept, given her prior fixation on feigning affluence. That's an extra $1,500 monthly. We're pursuing dissolution. Facilitated talks, not tribunals. As finances stayed distinct these 60 days, it's remarkably straightforward. She retains her liabilities, concealed charge plates totaling $12,000. I retain my reserves. Flat's under my title, so she's relocating to her folks next month. Evelyn's elated. Not over the split, but Jennifer's return. Evelyn rang yesterday. Perhaps this instills caution with funds. Evelyn, she absorbed it observing you. I've never snagged a $15,000 carrier. No, but Frederick shared your $20,000 undisclosed galley overhaul. That's distinct. Galleys serve purpose. You don't prepare meals, Evelyn. She terminated. Jennifer and I shared one concluding dialogue last evening. Jennifer, I truly wrecked this, right? Thoroughly. The carrier wasn't worth our bond. We realize, but it exposed a key rift. You viewed funds as individual or collective. I viewed collective. We diverged fundamentally. I got swept. In emulating all who's likely indebted neck deep. Yeah, Brittany's bunking with her mother too. We chuckled grimly. Bleak wit, yet wit. Will you ever pool funds trustingly again? Me, with openness and limits, distinct vaults, shared for outflows solely. Wise. I'm avoiding merged finances forever too. From fiscal maturity? Heavens no. To snag foolish items sans judgment. At least she's candid now. Ahead, I'm holding the flat, seeking a co-tenant for lease aid. Romance paused a while. Must reflect on overlooking warnings so long, like concealed parcels, or unknown charge plates, or trailing sages peddling entitlement ethos. Jennifer's heading homeward, balancing dual roles, and already scanning a $3,000 Louis Vuitton. Certain folks resist lessons. The Birkin, its fresh holder, a physician's spouse, delights in it, even erased the brew mark. So it's faring superior to Jennifer presently. Moral absorbed. When one reveals their values, heed them. And when they claim it's my funds from our pool, flee swiftly, flee distant. Oh, and never wed one deeming carriers as assets. That's not allocation. That's costly accumulation with slicker promotion. Addition, as queried. Yes, the dissolution's cordial. We're drained for conflict. The carrier fractured us both. Her fiscally, me sentimentally. Addition 2. Cease messaging on the Birkin verification method. Irrelevant to me. No longer my concern. Addition 3. To those urging mere dialogue. I endeavored for years. Each instance, she'd weep over my lack of dream support or dominance. The carrier was merely the decisive blast concluding the illusion.